5 minutes, so I'm going to try to do that. I've not always been Catholic, but as a result of coming to this church with my wife when we moved here 10 years ago, I was newly retired, so I wanted to use my time wisely, so I became involved with Sister Pat and started doing some different types of volunteer work. Originally, I worked with Sister Pat at the St. Vincent de Paul Center. We gathered food, we would get truckloads of food, and I got to be with the poor, I got to be around them. I got to look in their eyes and their faces. And when I was a child, my perception of God was that he was somebody to be afraid of. He was a judge. He was going to basically send me to hell if I was not a good Christian. So I had a terror of God in my heart. Most of my life, I struggled with this. I could go into more detail. It was a long struggle for me, and I kept begging God. I said, God, I know I read in the Bible that you're a God of love, but somehow my perception of you is that I'm afraid of you. I'm terrified of you. How do I have a relationship? How do I love somebody that I'm terrified of? Can't do it. But I had this dilemma in that I believed in God, I believed in an eternal future, and I had to somehow reconcile this. Well, God showed me the way. Working with the poor, looking in their eyes, God put in front of me, for example, a homeless man when I was camping. He put in front of me a man on his bicycle in the middle of winter with a garbage bag, going through trash, picking up scraps of food and cans that he could take and reimburse for money. I kept getting closer and closer to these people, and through my volunteer work for the church, it was constantly in front of me. And numerous times I was brought to tears. I would look in these people's eyes, and something just pained me in my heart so bad, like it hurt so bad that I guess it brought me to tears. And I didn't know what was happening. And again, I'm always asking God to show me his love. Please, I need to know that you love me rather than you're going to judge me. And finally, one day, maybe 3-4 years ago, I'm walking with my dog. And it was like a light came on. God said to me, he said, Tom, that pain that you felt in your heart, when you look in the eyes of the poor, that compassion that you feel, the tears, he said, that's what I'm about. And he said, you are created in my image.